6 p.m. here on Adoa Television. My name is Nafa Alekwago. Thanks so much for joining us and welcoming us into your homes tonight. Coming up in this bulletin, spokesman for the upcoming ECOWAS Extraordinary Summit has disclosed that the community is expecting a delegation from Guinea, contrary to their suspension from the ECOWAS activities. Again, we'll look at what aggrieved candidates of the 2021 Professional Law Course Entrance Exam said when they visited our studios earlier today. And how much is a ball of kinke in your area? For mine, it is 2 cedis. Raphael Tete has filed a feature on the hikes in prices, which we will bring you later also in this bulletin. Business will bring you in the next 1 hour. The news is proudly brought to you by Asatek Roofing Sheets and Cookware, Migo Drinking Water, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Sonotech. It's October is the pink month, and so when you go to any of their branches, both in Tema, at the West Hills Mall, or in Osu, you get a free breast screening. Do well to join that campaign today. On to our very first story. Spokesperson for the upcoming extraordinary session of ECOWAS, Mahama Ayariga, has disclosed that a delegation from Guinea is expected to be present at the summit, contrary to their suspension from ECOWAS activities. The summit will take place in Winneba, commencing from 12th to 22nd of October 2021, and will see the hosting of 110 members of parliament and 15 state members of ECOWAS. With the conclusion of Guinea expected to be presented at the summit, this was the explanation given by the spokesperson.
Ghana is hosting one of the extraordinary sessions, and for the first time we have the privilege of taking the extraordinary session out of the capital city to Winneba for its historical significance to our country and our politics. And so the burden is on the head of delegation to, as much as possible, ensure that we have a relatively impressive infrastructure to be able to host about 200, at least minimum 200 members of the parliament, made up of about 115 members of parliament from the 15 countries, and then the staff and resource persons, all of them coming from different parts of the sub-region. My understanding is that the government of Guinea is an interim government, and that the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States do recognize them in a sense, and I've given them a time frame within which to organize a transition. And they've given them 6 months, I'm told. They are asking for a longer period of time. I stand to be corrected, but you're all monitoring the developments there. So we had a similar problem in the Mali, where there was an interim government also. They set up a transitional council, and they were given a time frame within which to return the country to democratic government. And during that period, the interim government nominated people to represent them at the ECOWAS parliament. And when they came to the parliament, we the MPs rejected them. We refused to accept them as properly delegated members to the parliament. And the matter was referred to the ECOWAS court. And the ECOWAS court gave an opinion. And the opinion of the court was to the effect that During the period when ECOWAS recognized them and gave them a time frame within which to return the country to a transitional government, during that period, in a sense, they will be legitimate. But if that period expires, they are no longer recognized. So during that period, the governing authority of that country can nominate people and send them to the parliament, but they can only be there for the transitional period. If the transitional period ends, then their legitimacy at the ECOWAS parliament will also end. So that was the opinion of the ECOWAS court on the issue of Mali. So if you apply that principle of the ECOWAS court to the Guinea, I take a position, and I believe my leader shares that position, that once ECOWAS has given them a time frame, it's okay, you rule, but make sure that in 6 months' time, you hand over to a properly democratically elected government. It means that within that period, they are vested with all the powers to run the country, and those powers include the power to nominate people and send them to the ECOWAS parliament to represent the people of Guinea in the ECOWAS parliament. But if that period expires, then those people will cease to be members of the ECOWAS parliament. But I don't think we have received any communication from Guinea nominating anybody to represent them in the parliament. But I don't also think that if they come to Ghana, their presence here will be any security threat. They are not coming here with any guns. They'll be walking through immigration, and their bags will be searched. They won't be holding anything. And most likely, the people they be nominated to come will not even be soldiers. They'll probably be just ordinary citizens of Guinea. But, the leader has briefed us also on the security arrangements that have been made in Winneba, because we are bringing in very senior politicians in their various countries. Some of them are speakers, deputy speakers, some are senators and high-ranking politicians in their country.
Elsewhere, President Akufo-Addo has revealed that he was very hurt when he discovered that the governing New Patriotic Party (NPP) has lost the Akutia seat in the 2020 elections. President Akufo-Addo said the Akutia seat was not part of those he expected the NPP to lose in the polls. Speaking at a Deba of Chiefs and People of Akutia as part of a tour of the Eastern region on Thursday, October 7, 2021, President Akufo-Addo said the NPP will do all it can to win the seat back. According to him, winning that seat back is non-negotiable for the party. He said, and I quote, "The NPP lost a lot of parliamentary seats we should have won in the 2020 elections. One of such seats which hurt me the most was the Akutia seat. I honestly don't know what happened, but I was sad that Akutia went to the NDC. But I can assure you that in 2024, we will do everything within our means to regain that seat," he said. Elsewhere, the Student Representative Council of the Ghana School of Law in the Pressa, which was held yesterday, 7th October 2021, has pleaded with authorities of the school to reconsider their decision with regards to students who failed the school's entrance exams requirement. It was at this presser where President of the Student Representative Council, Mr. Wanda Victor, explained the role of the council in the issue at hand. Let's take a look.
Executives from various campuses of the Ghana School of Law, a representative of the judiciary, was present for the briefing. Mr. Kuto explained with respect to Article 296, which states that administrative bodies and administrative officials shall act fairly and comply with requirements imposed on them by the law, and persons aggrieved by the exercise of such acts shall have the right to seek redress before a court or a tribunal. And Act 2, which states that a person shall not be discriminated against on grounds of gender, race, color, ethnic origin, religion, creed, or social economic status. This, according to him, is what gives the SRC the capacity to speak on the matter.
A preliminary issue, which is also very important. So some have asked that in what capacity is the SRC speaking on entrance examination results? Because those who start for the entrance exam are not yet students of the Ghana School of Law. So in what capacity is the SRC speaking on the matter? I think that it's important that we address this issue before we move to the main issue. In respect to the issue of capacity, this matter is of public interest. 2, yesterday the SRC received a petition, a copy of a petition from the aggrieved law students. This matter affects legal education. And under Article 2 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, any person can push for the enforcement of any provision of the Constitution. And we are of the view that this matter border on Article 296 and Article 23. So it is in this spirit that the SRC thinks that it has capacity to speak on the matter. It has capacity to speak on the matter. And I must say that the issue of capacity and local standard, as far as we are concerned, is hereby dealt with.
The president noted that the law entrance exam, which was released by the Ghana Legal Council, were results for 790 candidates, but not for all the 2,824 candidates. However, he established that there was a notice published with the result on the same date. The said date notice was dated 4th October 2021. Addressing the press, the SRC president elucidated that the notice sought to bring a threshold that a student ought to score 50% in Section A and 50% in Section B, collating of both marks deemed a student to have passed the exams.
The Independent Examination Committee, the Board of Legal Education, and the General Legal Council, they are all administrative bodies established by law. What this means is that all administrative bodies exercise, in performance of their administrative functions, they exercise discretionary powers. And the manner in which discretionary powers are to be exercised has been stipulated in the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Article 296 tells us how an administrative body like the General Legal Council ought to exercise its discretionary powers. Article 296A says that one ought to be fair and candid. That element of procedural fairness, the case of Awuni versus Wayek, is hereby referred to. This is a Ghanaian case, and for that matter, it is a binding precedent. And I want members of the media to be mindful of this case, Awuni versus Wayek. Reasonable notice. Now, we have to now subject this notice. I've said from the beginning that we are here because of the effect of this notice. So I will be referring to this notice. The reasonability of the notice, whether it meets the test of fairness, that is what we will look at now. Then I give the position of the SRC. On May 14th, the chairman of the Independent Examination Committee issued a publication in the Daily Graphic, May 14th, page 28 of the Daily Graphic. If the notice under discussion here today was not part of the publication, this notice was not part of the publication. The publication of May 14 was to set the criteria for admission to the Ghana School of Law, and to set and to also inform applicants that they will be writing entrance exam. Again, when we talk about fairness, the issue of prior notice, is key. Prior notice. By prior notice, my view is that, and the view of the SRC, when we talk about prior notice, is that the notice the current notice and discussion ought to have been given at the time of the advertisement of May 14, 2021. The notice ought to have been part of that advertisement. So there was no prior notice under the circumstance. In the case of Kanda versus Government of Federation of Malaysia, it talks about prior notice. Now, some may argue that this is a foreign case and it's of persuasive effect. Yes, we are aware. However, luckily, the principle in the Kanda case have gotten constitutional clothing in Article 23 of the Constitution of Ghana, which talk about fairness and reasonableness. Article 23. And it is worthy of note that Article 23 falls under Chapter 5. It is a human right provision. So the candidates, all the candidates who fall under this criteria should know that they have rights under Article 23. So the issue of prior notice is a crucial part of this discussion. Now, Parliament is headed by a lawyer, an astute lawyer, of course, the Right Honorable Aban Bagbe, and the judiciary is also headed by a wonderful lawyer, the Chief Justice. Now, if all the arms of government are headed by lawyers, and we know that lawyers are trained to be the vanguard of the Constitution, it is then unfair for law students to be treated in such unfair manner. And this goes against all the dictates of our constitutional democracy.
This is still the evening news bulletin and it's live on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana. A group calling itself Aggrieved Candidates of the 2021 Professional Law Course Entrance Exam says it will not relent on their quest to get admitted at the Ghana School of Law after they were denied admission because the school says they have failed, although they hit the 50% threshold. This comes on the back of a new rule of engagement introduced, which these 499 students say they were not informed about prior to the exams. Tony Barr is the leader of the group and he spoke to Isaac Otu on PM Ghana.
You look at the questions, you see, okay, this one can fetch me more marks, you attack this one first. So even in your arrangement of your time in the examination hall, you look at, and it's to all students, you look at where your strength is, attack it, then you look at where your weakness is. You don't pass the exams, that's all our problem. For you to spring the new thing on. So it's very disheartening. You write an exam, they say you have failed, you go home traumatized, you can't eat, looking at the kind of time and things you are put in examination, you can't sleep, people are calling you, families, children, everybody, only for you to see that after all you passed. That's the difficulty.
And yet you were denied.
You were denied. You were denied. So you don't even have the energy. Where do I have to go and start again? You see,
after 3 attempts already.
I'm telling you, psychologically, if you went in and saw the notice that you didn't make the 50, it gives you, okay, let me try again. Right. But this time you passed. You see, that's the difficulty. You made the mark, you even crossed, you had more. Only for them to use another technical issue to knock you out.
That is more worrying. I mean, more worrying in the sense that you were not abreast and informed about the new rules of engagement.
Exactly. So that's the point. Supposed to write the exam, I think in July. Then because of the COVID and other issues, it was pushed to August. And you have to strain yourself and all the things you go through to write the exams. Only for you to pass and then a new law coming to, knock you off. So we are saying that they can have their new law, they can bring new policies to regulate the examination, we don't have a problem. But as much as we did not know, we are begging them to stay put with this law and implement it, bring it out to students who will be writing next year, and then implement that law. But for us, it will be very, detrimental to put this law and refuse us admission into the law school. It will be very disaster. I mean, very disastrous.
And the price of maize in the market has varied over the period. and the recent increments in the prices of maize has caused a sudden increase in the prices of kinky, and some places have also decreased it in size. Adoa News, speaking to some kinky sellers and consumers in Jamestown, shared more on this.
The market prices for Ghana maize have varied across the years. Before 2019, 1 kilo of maize was going for $0.10 in 2017 and $1.00 in 2018. In 2019, the export price changed to $0.16 per kilo. The producer prices of maize have changed across major maize production regions in Ghana. 1 kilo of Ghana maize is around $0.61 in Accra and Kumasi, packed and ready for export. The price in Ghana cedi's currency is 0.105218. However, most people, including kinky sellers and consumers, have lamented over the prices of maize, which has eventually affected the prices of kinky. This is Madam Giftilari, a kinky seller here in Jamestown, and she gives me a breakdown of the kinky business and why the increment in the prices of maize has affected them.
Yeah, it affects because that was last year 250 per bag. She be Antone if 500. Me come on 550. We go on 600. I echo many sizes. Echo dafeco. She be affect one last year 250, many 500. Then I believe me zepe she was charcoal no coming use of gas, use of charcoal. It affect no beef ban was use air affect bar, air affect one of piano. Obi Antone, when we were ball last year, when you were ball in a kind. When I come mammy fair our 2 cities. Meanwhile, I can make me about 3 cities. She me no quality, Bobby and what fail, more bit one more film when you afford at least schedule here 5 cities, allow 3 cities, allow 4 cities. When you come ke kena ye bi ni ubaya ka je mo femu yeshika boni sane koleta frache ikoleke ha enili wo mo bona mo ko ye wo mi ye bi ni shi boni ni bi ye yo wo nke 50 pesos eshino one feel 1 city 50 pesos the same size the same na kanu awon e ma mi 2 city affect wo wa ya ke boni sane one ndwage shi wo se na mo onda ni wo ba na wonye wana le kan affect wo wa le nche when you feel we shake and do what nuchumo or call like a shake feel one sumo. I can lie nuchumowa. Like a shake government to a can go to do by Shin and retire boy. Yes, canny a can harm. She never didn't show up for no piano. Can you an anile bear obagbo alo obagbena ni obenoko or fekonoko no investments go no noko only she. She first sell a believe job. I believe bashing. When you can fear no ma be a cocoa me. Ona me pi ba yoni. She be enter the bonini or ebela na kind measurement no the same 250 no the same 500 there. The 550. On me where affect was say na affect however affect workers. Be an no market jakeshi. Bokonya fe no ko yehi because abeli do and do. Nyi gbaji money here ba. She kwen kaji government ba anye in the land ne ba anye employ me na ba anya du baba wa to ba agriculture ni ne ba anya du baba wa ha wo kwen ne sie ni bi ba chake shi no ni pay yo mi keke jake nyungo jibo ni ha nu shu shi oni mi shabanya amedu shi nyungo pe e wo sole mo pe keke nyungo achake ni bi ha.
Still on the prices of maize, which has also affected the prices of kinky. There's an increment in the prices of kinky. So I'll be speaking to some consumers to elicit their views on the prices of kinky.
Well, issue has to do with many who come here. Come over here, on other side say reduce. Besides that, there used to be 1 cedi kinky. But this time, 1 cedi 50 pesos, get 2 cedis, right? Go complain, I get Abeli Jalaiwa. Go definitely, Nakanji Boni issue ever. Abeli Jalaiwa, no one come here who say, reduce the price from 1 cedi to 1 cedi 50 to 2 cedis. Other place cry or not at home 3 cedis. But in that cry here, anywhere here or here, 1 cedi 50 pesos, get 2 cedis. And Megabeli Jalawa. That is what they are saying. Yeah.
When Abelene Jalawa, you come about 50 pesos po. She be an Abeli at the Manuale 500 bi ane 1.5 do come here bi ane wo bo 2 cedi she still let me complain ke edra nka wo ka wo ba wo ye wo nye wo be nu ele wo ba pa eja ka bele eja la wa chon no bi ane wo pin ka wo pin wo male wo pin eja ka eja la wa chon no akwa na fe ku on pa fai ne yiwa don
okay samokui if you want to be no you na gamu in show na ga bia na fetu mo bia ne komie bia ne amane komie jela ewa eti komie ti first ko be ni woli je na kan bia ne yo first woli ni komie 1 cedi bia na onle shin bia ne ti 1 cedi 50 pesos at the same time je 1 cedi 50 pesos don shi bia ne eti 2 cedi ona ga bia ne wa pa file ko ni nyekwa wa ge bia na yo efetu mu mami iwa o akpa 5 ko nyekwa.
Can you believe that people alternate their clothes in recent times not because it is torn but because they see celebrities wearing them? This is revealed when Adoa news team visited an alteration site at the Rollins Park here in Accra. And according to an itinerant tailor, the alteration business has been the source of income for them. And it's because the youth of today do alteration because of the designs they see celebrities wearing on social media. We have details in the following report by Rukayatu Amidu and Joyce Anzi.
In the mid-century, before someone will alterate his or her clothes, then it's either torn, oversized or smaller on them. However, alteration has become fashion in this 21st century as people go to itinerant tailor or seamstress not to alterate their torn clothes but to do designs they have seen on social media. Celebrities has inspired people for some kinds of designs these days, especially with jeans trousers. They choose to buy a jeans, send it to an itinerant tailor to do same designs for them because they have seen a celebrity performing with such jeans or attire. Some of these jeans designs are boyfriend jeans, patch pocket jeans, among others. People also purchase their clothes in the smaller or bigger sizes and pay extra money to the itinerant personnel to alterate because they like the fabric of that specific cloth, while they could opt for something their size. This has made the alteration business a booming one and quite profitable. Hence, lots of fashion designers have ventured into the alteration business because of high demand of details. Adoa news team speaking with an itinerant tailor at Rollins Park, he revealed that he has been in this business for 34 years now and it's very profitable as compared to when he was a fashion designer, and he has been able to cater for his 4 children, of which one is even at SHS.
My alteration adwuma about 34 years in and I'm for Jimmy D. Woman in the Metimaya and it's in a new Pabamahon. Mayadi, mine for 34 years. 1986 na me alteration. Messiah tell any am a pam cab sleep in Bibia. Miss 6 years. Me proud word my hopa. Very proud. Me have me back me first one na we can university. And they are me kasa me second born so we SS in there. Me per se adwuma me dey akotena Turkey, Greece, Italy. And my back. And yeah me say me too kwan bi. But I say me man am person mom too kwan. It me proud word my way.
Speaking to jeans dealers who have been doing alteration designs for clients, they disclose that
Usamawa, metro say Usamawa. Ono bi wo hon so a, ohun ase atade ni Usama na kala no, ene efe. Ene sign your phones, enyo store. Na obekọ no obakonya bia 1210. Na packaging ni ho se na wo ho. Be phones no once na ho a obenya kala bia ya dan. Ebechiw, ntu bi wo ho a kala no ahwehwa che onya ne size ntu obenya sa na metimi ama na idea say oh motel ani metimi de similar ayadan ahye ho ama no be yadan be fit size pepepe.
Oh I know the eno ni asem no because I na ye kura yetimi tena se yabusa ye ho say otuesia ye yi ebu wa anya ne sa obe charge account ye charge account me mefa ne say ye charge account for me ni de me be ye me togens na me otuesia na say wo pe bia me de me koyo tuition no ebi o me 2 cedi am de be count amount so won ti ase dia na me no waka so won ti ase ma fa ne sa because ma anya ne sa ebi am nsumi untumi nto anase ma anya ne sa won to bia me san koma no nti sa na meye no adwuma we no celebrities for na na yema adwuma ne de because ebia na yesi wani she aba wa hye jeans we twa ho na ma no hu a ye mo fe iti ye hu se na wani she aya na yeso aye bi ba first na celebrities for ma no mo nhye bi sa na ye nya otuation ni wo ho bobu a oba wo se me hu picture we celebrity bia shatade wa ni se iti mo nya ni se ma ye na ye ne sa ba first ne de be ya ni crazy e betete anim na ya ye no crazy no pe na first ye pa se ye pa la ya fan chen ne de ahoma ne le laser sheshe ne de ne ye tanye.
We started in 2018. Yeah, no one am there renting. Me down with team be a team do a boy or quite so I'm boy and the oh which me ko fan when you be able do ano na ni na be eka e bi won ma say on say be away so me turn 20 series or no ma e be wait ma ba be she me born price be on the price on ma wait ma can say o ma me 20 series pepe but ebi so na market nya me susu me hia ska me nya hwe so me so ama me sika na me de to en so ama fom ti o se me de gene sa na me sanya me sika na back nti no na che se mfa so na me peni ma nya me sika na still asan be di no but adwuma so de ye fom fa so ti no na ya na sentence mbo wa en me we se che san be se me nto aso but na me mo me side no sika sem no enye ese ana papa so sa nti na amanema is slow nti na me start to say me ba street yeah but me ba street na be some months be economy na me say oh okay a bit ma bo ame sisi a de me minya school ameko na maka che ma me kra say me sika no me bo ano kakra na me da start school.
Wookie, a jeans buyer, also gave us her take on alteration.
You alterating something is because you want to feel comfortable in it. If you buy something and no matter the size, if you are in love with the thing, you take it to the person that will do the alteration, and then they alterate it for you so that you feel comfortable.
That's how we close the local news chapter. I'll be back with some business news. Do stay.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
CB women capsules now. I'm not correct. What's your best mankasa? That's it. Who anymore? Oh, middle. You capsules back on CB men capsules. Me see CB men capsules na make a year.
Yeah, you CB men and women's capsules na ye nim ne dada. And one year packaging na ye no fefe.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansa na wakodo mpegi.
Share painful. Any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie du ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man man tamase.
Adoa 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African print and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Hello, welcome back to the business news segment. My name is Nafa Alikwaku. On to our very first story. Projections from the National Petroleum Authority (NPA) suggest that fuel prices in the country may surge close to 6.86 pesos per litre at the pumps if all other factors influencing prices do not change. According to Abbas Ibrahim, head of pricing at the NPA, the second pricing window for October puts the price of petrol at 6.84 pesos per litre, while diesel is likely to sell at 6.86 pesos per litre starting October 16, 2021, barring any changes in the world oil market.
From the beginning of the year, that is January 2021, fuel prices has not been stable on the market. It started from 5 Ghana cedis or somewhere below 4 Ghana cedis, 55 pesos down to 5 Ghana cedis, and then it's selling a little above 6 Ghana cedis, 56 pesos. I am with the head of pricing at National Petroleum Authority to help us understand what goes into the pricing system before it comes to the local market, the impact of the local or global market prices and the effect it has on us as Ghana. And now we have seen it for ourselves like 3 or 4 times. Last quarter, first window of October, what are your projections towards the year?
What prices that were used to compute the price for this current window, 1st, 15th October, are lower than what we expect to be used for the 16th, 31st of October. Okay. So looking at that next window, prices are likely to go up. We would want you to follow the daily price indicators we publish on our social media platforms on our website so that you have an idea of what these numbers are. You cannot predict what the price is for next month, for example, because we all don't know what it will be. But the most closest numbers we can see is what we will use for the next window, which starts from 16th of October. So looking at that and all things being equal once again, we expect the prices to go up as long as the world market price is going up. If they come down, the price will come down. You know the price doesn't always go up. It comes down as well. I give an example of last year, for example. When the price dropped on the world market, the price here also dropped. So prices may drop in November, you never know. So we would wait to see what happens on the market to know whether the price will go up or they will go down. Yeah. Now, what's happening in the world markets for which reason the prices are rising? You are aware that prices are based on demand and supply fundamentals. As long as there is more demand than supply, prices will continue to rise. And last year, because of COVID, a lot of economies shut down. There were lockdowns everywhere. So demand for oil really went down. And that's why we saw last year prices of oil dropping very low. This year, with vaccinations coming on board, economies are opening up. Everybody's finding a way to deal with COVID. So once economies are opening up, demand is coming back again. So that's why we've seen the prices rising from the beginning of this year. Aside that, the OPEC, which is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Companies, they supply the oil. Demand is rising, but they are not increasing their supply. They've been quite reluctant to increase their supply to meet the demand. So this supply-demand imbalance is what is really contributing to the rising price of oil on the world market. The price is composed of one we call something called the ex-refinery price. That is the price at which the oil marketing company, for example, Gore, buys the product from the bulk distribution company. That's the company that either imports the refined petroleum product. That's the ex-refinery price. And then we have taxes and levies, and then we have margins. Putting all of this together, you get the ex-pump price. That's the price the consumer buys at. for the ex-refining price, it's composed of the world market price, the cost of delivering the product into Ghana, which we call the supplier's premium, and then an exchange rate plays a role there. So when you add the world market price, which you call the FOB price, to the supplier's premium, you have your ex-refining price. It's usually in dollar per metric ton, so we convert it into cedis using the exchange rate. So that is the ex-refining price. Once you have that, you add your taxes and levies, and then the margins are added, and you have your final price that the consumer buys at. The most volatile things in this formula I've mentioned to you is the world price, which changes every day, and the exchange rate, which also changes every day. Ideally, the supplier's cost doesn't change every now and then. The margins don't change every now and then. The taxes and levies don't also change every day. So even though we have deregulated, a supplier may vary his supplier's premium a little, but it's not something that changes like the world market price, which is changing on a daily basis. The exchange rate, as you know, also changes on a daily basis.
Scope is telling government to intervene as prices of fuel by the end of the year may get to 7 Ghana cedis per litre at the pumps, and is suggesting that government should intervene for them. Per where you sit, what do you think can be done with regards to their demands that they are pushing, and what are your projections in a way?
So with regards to the price reaching 7, as long as world prices continue to rise, like you mentioned earlier in your introduction, prices started around 5.7, they've risen to about 6.5 as we speak. As long as the world market price continues to rise, we will continue to see that impact on the pump today. So today we are around 6.5. If the world price continues to rise, definitely we are going to see the prices rising. So that is something we all know. However, on their call on government, MPA is not the fiscal policy maker for government. Okay. So we don't determine what taxes and levies are on petroleum products. So their call, I'm sure government has heard the call from COPEC to do something about the taxes. I think this morning we saw in the news with the daily graphic that the government, the Minister of Energy says they are considering doing something about it. So we are hoping that, that something can be done. But that is not a mandate of MPA. We do not determine what is done to taxes. Like I mentioned, if the government reduces the taxes or introduces a tax, our work is to make sure that whatever has been approved by Parliament is what reflects in the formula.
Away from that, Cocoa Board will, from October 2022, begin the issuance of electronic cash to farmers for all cocoa purchases. The cocoa management system, according to Cocoa Board, will host the register for all cocoa farmers in the country by the beginning of 2022 and will have information on farm owners, location of the farm size, and household information. The CMS, upon full rollout and implementation, will issue a unique identity card to every farmer for any cocoa transaction, with Cocoa Board affirming that without the ID, the farmer cannot sell the cocoa.
The cocoa management system, according to Cocoa Board, would host the register of all cocoa farmers in the country by the beginning of 2022 and would have information on farm owners, location of the farm, the size of the farm, and household information. The cocoa management system, upon full rollout and implementation, would issue a unique identity card for every farmer for any cocoa transactions with Cocoa Board, affirming that without the ID, a farmer cannot sell cocoa. The system will also have information on farm owners, location of farm, size of the farm, and household information, and will track incidents of child and forced labor in Ghana's cocoa sector. Other reasons for the Cocoa Management System initiative are to track the progress of children who lived in cocoa communities, a number, age profile, and their educational profile, and to ensure the cocoa is produced in a sustainable manner. Cocoa Board, however, maintains that the cocoa management system would ensure that cocoa is produced in an environmental approved area without land degradation to meet major concerns of international community, thereby addressing the issue of environmental protection, forest degradation, and child forced labor.
And that's how we wrap up on the business news segment. We'll be back with some sports. Do stay.
John, who fini wow, ebeyefe. Eddie, what boy Juma? I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asatec. Oh, na Simon, the roofing is about be nice. Keke. Why the catcher? Asatec roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want to call us a hood of a fair be bree. No free roofing sheet no dear. Who near that will be out. Now, so the bodan swa a zero supampe. What means to trauma send your open roofing sheet no? You try the summer pepe. Mama po Asatec money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers and so on your on-site installation. Oh yes, quality nebo da feminine. Asatec 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na a year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatec Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatec Watakrade Anaji, Yeni Princeland Hotel and the Shinimu, and a Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly Kwano Suha.
Wow, October is here already and it's time for the world to go pink and pay attention to the chest of a woman. My name is Rebecca Donko, the founder of Makeup Ghana and the president of College of Beauty, Art and Entrepreneurship. And I'm excited about being the campaign ambassador for this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an initiative by Sonotech Medical Center. And I consider this initiative a very important CSR, and I'm glad to be associated with an intervention which seeks to give hope and save lives. Awareness surrounding breast cancer is very important as it provides information on early detection and management. And these timely information can save lives. Know that breast cancer is treatable and manageable. So the whole of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Get screened at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech Medical Center, either the Osu branch, the Tema, or the West Hills Mall, with 50% discounts on breast ultrasound and 20% on mammogram. And remember that breast cancer awareness is important, but so is breast health awareness. So let us all endeavor to play our part in giving hope and saving lives. Thank you and stay blessed.
Water, but you're not getting your mouth. And that's all I'm about to order. You are fired.
Malaria and tea. Abba, you are yet more bono.
What you have to keep it.
Malaria, therefore, yaw. Enti awo. I shouldn't the customers. When you say, Mammy, I am smart. Abba, CB Malakio. I'm man the buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a Janisi berry market any malaria and tea. I want to mean.
And now, Emma, when we are out to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And Trebetiwa and the CB Malakio. You didn't know. And now I can't bomb as soon as I CB Malakio. And no way so there. And I don't grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for about a woman for any quada won't fear do.
Welcome back. Let's do some sport news. Now, the Accra Hearts of Oak has announced German Bundesliga side TSG Hoffenheim and Eastern Conference American Major League Soccer outfit Cincinnati FC as clubs to partner in the bid to become a global brand. Executives of Hoffenheim and Cincinnati are in Ghana meeting various relevant stakeholders in the bid to achieve optimum output under the slogan 3 continents, 3 clubs, 1 mission. The common value Club Alliance will focus on 3 core areas of collaboration in core areas such as technical know-how, education, impact, and sustainability.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko on Thursday left the shores of the country for Dubai for a 15-day pre-season. The club, however, has arrived in Dubai and are in S Hotel in Al Basha. Coach Ogum held his fair training section today ahead of their 2-week pre-season tour in Dubai. Ghana Premier League is scheduled to begin on October 29, 2021. Kotoko will travel to Daewoo to face Dreams FC. Kotoko will be hoping to make amends after ending the 2020-2021 season trophyless under Portuguese trainer Mariano Barreto. Fans of the Porcupine Warriors can join their team from October 15th till October 22nd for just $1,400. Meanwhile, Asante Kotoko have confirmed that 7 of their players missed the trip to United Arab Emirates for their preparations for the upcoming Ghana Premier League. According to the Porcupines, the 7 players could not make it to Dubai due to some visa hitches, which the club says they are working to rectify so they can join their teammates.
Moving on, Ghana Premier League side Asante Kotoko have touched down in Dubai ahead of their 2-week pre-season tour. The 25-man squad, which include Mudasiru Salifu, Abdul Ganiyu, who were excused from Black Star duty, and star man Fabio Gama.
To Africa, which is very important for us, and it's a difference to most other clubs in Europe. Most of the clubs in Europe who are open first an office in New York and then in Shanghai, and then they try to go to the big markets, which is great. But we want to make a difference, and so we're working closely together with the German government, with the BMZ. Many cases like football camps and others, but we have made reforestation projects, and we have created a brand which is produced in Uganda, and I will show it later a bit with 2 more slides a bit deeper. And we will go to the last action here, it's youth and fans. I think it's clear that we have to care about our own community, and this is one focus point as well. And now that I hear a few sponsors, I would like to show you briefly what it makes, what it happens for us to our sponsoring approach. We are convinced that what difference we can see between classical sponsorship and common value sponsoring with a study with the University of Mannheim. And we could see statistically significant rise of roughly 25% in the whole sponsor awareness, like how the sponsors regard it, how likely it is to talk positively about the sponsor. So it's for you guys listening here, maybe something.
After the break, we'll serve you with some entertainment news. Do stay.
Yeni Masatec. So you're kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwena Asatec. Asatec will quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Sure say ehia so de Adoa bomu na so etim wodan no so a pampe amframa and ehum entumi nya no hwe. Asatec quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Sure say enwe na ache na empanso enti woma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatec quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, and now say a wawufi. Use Asatec quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what done be jinaso, then you know. Or your delivery services, Papa Bia, and for wonderful Kwan Asatec Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services as well. 1 day pay now Osaka. Which Asatec a chill quine Watamako 82, Meridian Road, when you could board warehouse, the paying Takrade, a few Kuma number 9, will pay a few Kuma Fidelity Bank no, Voter Regional so or Wakache Tatome, JN Bank and Chehope. Asatec, sheltering you for life.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to the entertainment news. The relationship between gospel musician Celestine Donko and legendary Ghanaian boxer Azuma Nelson is an enviable one, as the gospel musician recently was captured serenading the boxer with music on his birthday. Little did we know that years ago, according to the musician, the boxer offered her an educational scholarship.
Gospel artist Celestine Donko has recounted how legendary Ghanaian boxer Azuma Nelson offered her a lifeline to pursue her education years ago. Speaking in an interview, Celestine revealed that she met Azuma Nelson after a song ministration at church. According to Celestine, she was a brilliant student, but her humble background nearly stalled her progress to senior high school until God intervened through the great sportsman. In her words, she said, "I was one of the few students who passed with distinction in our district. Because of money, everyone was furthering the education. But for me, I wept. My mother also wept. I prayed and asked God why. I prayed to God to take my life. I was young. I was overwhelmed by the challenges I faced. I was the best student in my class from primary school through to GSS." She recalled, "I saw an advert on TV about his new school. So I told my parents to take me there for enquiries. It was a new school with a nice environment and with the first batch. We're just about going on vacation. I usually sang during morning devotion. My school mother called me and asked me to sing. She said she wanted to take me to her church to go and sing. We went together. I sang. People showered money on me. When I was done, a man walked up to me and asked me where my parents were. I said to the man they were home, and he said he wanted to give me a scholarship. I didn't know who he was. It was later that I was told he's Azuma Nelson, the renowned Ghanaian boxer," she added. This was a turning moment for the musician, as according to her, that's how she is where she is today, and hence the need for her to serenade sportsman anytime she has the opportunity.
And this is where we draw the curtains on tonight's bulletin. Before we go, let's take a recap of our top stories. Spokesman for the upcoming ECOWAS Extraordinary Summit has disclosed that the community is expecting a delegation from Guinea, contrary to their suspension from all ECOWAS activities. Again, we looked at what aggrieved candidates of the 2021 Professional Law Course entrance exam said when they visited our studios earlier today. And how much a ball of kenke in your area is sold. For me, it is 2 cedis. Raphael Tete filed a feature on that. And we brought you another feature on how business is booming here in the capital and why it is gaining such popularity. For more news, log on to our website, adoanewsonline.com, or visit our website or our site on Facebook, Adoatv Ghana. My name is Nafa Alikwako. Enjoy the rest of our programs.